Hello, welcome back to another video. My name is Gemma and today we are going to be doing my March TBR. Now, I am aware that this is a couple of days late. Apologies, life has been pretty busy. There's been a lot of content stuff going on as well over the course of February with all the Women's Prize. And yeah, I just got a bit behind and so this is coming to you a couple of days late. I'm sure you've coped. So before I get into the TBR section of the video, just a reminder that I am going to be doing a Q&A in March to celebrate hitting 1,000 subscribers. So thank you very much. Also, thank you very much if you are new. I've had a little bit of a jump recently. So if you are new, hello, welcome. And if you have any questions for me, please leave them below and I will get to them in that video later this month. So how did I get on in February? I did not take part in any readathons, so that was good. So I only have my sort of core TBR to talk about. If you are new, I have 4 sort of key buckets that I try and read each month. So the first of those is reading for the Read Across Canada challenge, which is hosted by Jolene at Bookworm Adventure Girl. I will leave the details for that read along below. I did have 2 options for that. I had When We Were Vikings or Washington Black, and I did not get to either of them. So gonna have to roll one of those at some point. It ain't gonna happen in March. I'm telling you now, it just ain't gonna happen. Then for a book in a series, I chose A Pinch of Magic by Michelle Harrison. Also did not get to that one. So this is definitely more of a Gemma type TBR. My gold book was My Man Jeeves by PG Wodehouse, and I did read that one. And then for my Agatha and Alice challenge, Alice and Agatha and Alice, the book for this month was Taken at the Flood, obviously by Agatha Christie, and I did read that. So the other thing that I had for January and February was my intimidating read, which was The Eye of the World. I didn't read it. So it's going back in. It's going back into the mug of intimidating reads for another day. We will be picking from there later because I am a masochist. So the other thing I just wanted to quickly update you on was the Booktube prize, because that will be featuring in my March reading and also featured in my February reading. So if you missed the live that Alice and I did where we talked about the long list and the groups that we have been assigned for the octafinals, I was assigned Fiction Group B. So just to update you on where I'm at, I could be doing better. I've read 2 of 6. One of those I had already read prior to being allocated this group. So it sounds really bad, but it's not as bad. It's not quite as bad as that. So the Book of Goose I had already read, and I have read Vagabonds by Eloghosa Osunde. So the other books in this category, there was Lucy by the Sea, which is actually 4th technically in a series. I have read My Name is Lucy Barton and Oh William, and I'm currently reading Lucy by the Sea. I decided to skip the short stories, Anything is Possible, by Elizabeth Strout. I don't know if I said that. So it's getting there. I'm about halfway through Lucy by the Sea. So we're getting there with that one. Next on the list was The Daughter of Dr. Moreau by Silvia Moreno Garcia. And I have started this. As you can see, I'm not very far in. I'm like 50 pages into that, but started. And then there's Take My Hand by Dolen, Perkins-Valdez, which I've also started, and I'm about 20% of the way through. And then there's Either Or by Elif Batuman. And that is 2nd in a series. The first one is The Idiot, which I have out from the library, but I have not started yet. So that's where we're at with the Booktube prize. So I've got a few still to go in March, and obviously they will be priority reads. So now that the Booktube prize stuff is out of the way, let's have a look at the standard TBR. What books am I definitely going to which books am I going to try and read in March? So for the Read Around Canada challenge, I have not written down which province we are reading in March, so I will put it here. I again stole one of the suggestions from Jolene's very, very helpful recommendation videos, and I've decided to go for Call Me Indian by Fred Sasakamoose. This is a non-fiction book about Fred's journey from being in residential schools to being in the NHL. I'm not Canadian or American in any way, so I'm not entirely sure what the NHL is. It's some sort of sporting thing. Hockey, maybe? Might be hockey. Anyway, that is the one I've chosen for this month. Then for the Alice and Agatha challenge, I am reading The Mysterious Affair at Styles. If you're interested in what the Alice and Agatha challenge is, I will leave my sort of kick-off video below. But this month I'm reading The Mysterious Affair at Styles, which is actually the very first Poirot. So I'm quite excited to see where it all started, having read 2 now. So yes, and also Alice gifted me this book for Christmas or for my birthday. For my birthday, I did leave the I left the gift note in. And I just wanted to show you, she also sent me this super cute card of Smorg on his big pile of treasure, because she knows that I also love The Hobbit. So I will probably be using that as a bookmark. But yes, this is the Agatha Christie book that I will be reading for March. Then for a goal book, I'm going to try and pick up this month Love Marriage by Monica Ali, which is on my Booktube inspired 2023 TBR. I will also leave that video below for you. And this one is about, I think it's about a woman who, instead of having an arranged marriage, chooses a love marriage, and like the difficulties in culture changes between her and her future husband and that sort of stuff. So I don't know too much about it, but I know that Monica Ali is a well-hailed author, and this was one of Eric Carl Anderson's favourite books of 2022. So it should be a goodie. And then for a book in a series, I am going to cheat slightly and put The Idiot on, because I know I will definitely read this. And as I said before, this is the first in a series. I think this is about like a guy at college, or a girl, I don't know, about a human in their first year of college, and then either or is about the second year. Yes, it's about a girl at Harvard studying language. So yes. So then it's time to pick from here again. So if you are unfamiliar with the jar of intimidating reads, it is what it says on the tin. It's a jar that's full of intimidating reads that are on my shelf. And I pick one of these every 2 months and give myself 2 months to read them. As you saw at the beginning of this video, I did not achieve that in January and February, but we're gonna give it another go anyway, because it's fun. It's fun to look at how much Gemma can pretend that she's going to do and not actually do. So let's see what we've got. I've picked this one before, but it's Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky, and this is a sort of space opera. I think it's the first in a duology, and all I know is it features massive space spiders. So I will try and get to Children of Time in March and April. So I only have one buddy read scheduled in March, which hasn't happened in a very long time, and that book is Mort by Terry Pratchett. This will be my very, very first Terry Pratchett Discworld novel, and I'm very excited. I was gifted this by the lovely Jack at Spread Bookjoy, and I'm reading this with Alice from Alice and the Giant Bookshelf, because she was gifted exactly the same book by Jack. Not that Jack is a Discworld pusher in any way, but I think we will both really enjoy this, and I'm really looking forward to reading it with Alice and sort of discovering Discworld together, because it will be her first one also. So we've got old Tezza P on the TBR. Then other commitments, we have the FOMO Book Club pick for March and April, which is Goodnight Mr. Tom by Michelle Magorian, which is a middle grade book set in World War II. When a young boy moves into the country, he's evacuated from London in the Blitz. So yes, very much looking forward to that one, because I've heard nothing but good things and I love the film. And that one also features on my middle grade March TBR. If you missed that, also linked below. There is also the Tudoralong continuing, and we are on to our last book. It has been nearly a year. It will have been a year when we finish this book that we've been doing this read along, and that is myself and the lovely Emily at Nobel Novels. So we are going to be reading Catherine Parr over March and April. I am going to say now it will probably roll into April, because Booktube Prize is going to take priority here. So it may well be on my April TBR, but if I can get to it, get it started in March, then I will. Also, just a note that the live show for Catherine Howard is going to be this Saturday at 8 p.m. GMT. So if you read that book and you want to join us for a bit of a chat about it, me and Emily will be live on my channel at 8 o'clock on Saturday. So there is only one book club that I'm going to try and participate in March, and that is the Fiction Addiction Book Club, which is hosted by Ange at Ange's Book Chatter and Amy at Booktube with Amy. And they are reading The Echo Wife by Sarah Gailey. I don't know too much about this, and I don't really want to because I think it's a bit sort of sci-fi thriller about like clones and things. So I kind of just want to go in blind and find out for myself. But I am really hoping to get to that, though I didn't get to last month's book, The Anomaly, so sorry. But I will get to The Anomaly at some point, just probably not in March. Readathons. So middle grade March, I have already talked about and done a video for. I will be participating in that, and I'm very, very excited. And the other one that I want to participate in is her Storyathon, which is hosted by Courtney Reeds and Literarily Smitten. And this is basically just about reading books about women in history, whether that's fiction or non-fiction. And I would love to take part in this in a bigger way. However, there's a lot of stuff going on. So I have the perfect book which fits 3 prompts, and it's short, and it's a graphic novel. So I'm putting this in, and this is my participation in the readathon, and that is Wake, The Hidden History of Women-Led Slave Revolts by Rebecca Hall and illustrated by Hugo Martinez. So as it says on the tin, it's about women-led slave revolts. I'll just show you a little bit of the art. And so, as I said, this hits 3 of the prompts for Storyathon. It hits another continent because it is set in North America. It features a group of women because it's groups of women leading revolts, and also underrepresented women because it features obviously women of colour. So it's perfect, and I'm adding it to the March TBR. So it doesn't actually look that bad on the face of it, but obviously if you've been around here for a minute, you'll know that the 7th of March is the day when everyone loses their mind. Well, not everyone, but certainly me and some of my bookish friends. When the Women's Prize long list is announced, and there is a good chance that basically everything on this TBR will be dropped on the 7th of March so that I can pick up books that are on the Women's Prize long list. So yeah, but what will be. Reading is for fun, and I will just wing it and have loads of plans and attempt them and probably fail at most of them and have a delightful time doing it. So I would love to know what priority reads you have for March, and if you are interested in joining for the Women's Prize plod-alongs, which will, as I say, be kicking off next week. I will leave the announcement video here, and I will catch you all very soon with another one. Bye, guys.